Well, I'm here with Darren Sparks, who is the youth coordinator for V-Crew. We're here at V-Crew today. You guys got a pool tournament happening a little bit later.
Yes, indeed.
So let's get a little bit of background first. First of all, how did V-Crew form? Who formed it? What year did it form? And what's the purpose?
Well, when I first came to Valemount, it was about, almost 4 years ago now, or 3 and a bit or something, it seems longer. But, the kids, well, we did a survey initially, and the kids said that the youth in town, between 12 and 19 said they wanted a youth center and a youth program. So I started shopping around for places or possible places, and we settled on this one. And
so what organization got it going to begin with?
Well, we're funded by the Columbia Basin Trust, and of course, I work for the Learning Center. Okay. And but Columbia Basin Trust is our primary funder. Although over the last little while, we've been trying to come up with new initiatives to keep, because it's expensive to keep this place going.
Right.
So, we've been, searching out alternate funding sources and grants and so forth for music and art and whatnot.
So what's the purpose of the center?
Well, it's just a place for the kids in Valemount to kind of call their own and be able to do music and art and, well, to do anything they want, really. It's because everything we do here is from a youth directed mandate. That is, gone are the days where I could just come up with ideas and say, we'll do this. The kids got to be sort of actively involved in what we plan, and for field trips, or if we bring in like say artist or say musician, from somewhere in town or from elsewhere,
right,
to come in and do a clinic or that sort of thing. So everything we do is starts and ends with them, very much so.
Okay, so it's in essence, it's a drop-in center. It's free for the kids, yeah?
Oh, very much so. I mean, I had to start charging them for the hot dogs and sodas, but I was giving those away for free, and they're like, look.
Wait a minute, teenagers and hot dogs and sodas, all you can scarf? Yeah, I can see that.
Well, I did that for the first while, but then they were like, look, you got to start charging for this stuff.
They're like parents, they're eating you out of house and home, right?
Kind of, yeah. They can really eat, they can put away the dogs, there's no doubt about it.
And so what are the hours of the center and days of operation?
Well, I'm open, the only days I'm closed are Sundays and Mondays. But even Sunday, for instance, this Sunday we're doing our swimming day out at the Best Western. So depending on the activities that we have planned, but generally we're open 3 till 7 on weekdays, and then I do a movie night every Friday, which is 5 till 10, okay, which is often very well attended because it's late and the kids are, kind of hurting for stuff to do. Sometimes late Friday
here
night.
in Valemount on Friday night, there's nothing to do for kids?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, yeah, no kidding.
I get you. So run us through kind of a typical week. I mean, I know that there are special activities that happen, but what kind of goes on here normally during the week? Because I'm sure a lot of people who are, don't have kids here would wonder, like, what happens here?
Well, we have a calendar that, we stick to basically every week. Like, for instance, we have an art day and a music day, because I have all the musical equipment in the back there, and where we teach drumming and percussion, and some of the, we get some of the guitarists and people down. We got a keyboard back there that's popular, and then we have a planning day. For instance, we did our mountain coaster trip to Revelstoke a little while back there, and the kids basically, planned it, researched it, and did all the legwork. Now I had to get on the phone and do that sort of thing, but basically the ideas were all started with the kids, with the youth. And so everything we do is all about them. So in terms of our weekly stuff, like I say, we do music, art, and planning every week. It's the same days.
Right.
And then of course we have our Facebook page. So anybody who wants to know what we've got going, that's a good place to start. Because we have regular stuff in there. Just keep everyone apprised of what's going on.
Okay, so cool. So you have kind of a bit of everything: some art, some music, some outside extracurricular activities, kind of thing. So did I read recently that you guys are planning to head off to a youth summit somewhere? What's that about?
Well, it's an event that's held by the Columbia Basin Trust, and all the youth centers, like in Coslow and Revelstoke, all in the Columbia Basin, will all congregate, and have like in-services and information seminars and sharing and meet and greet and all the above. So they're always really super cool. They put us up in a 4-star resort, and it's always pretty nice.
Wow. And how many youth get to go down for that?
Well, 4. So after they fill out the online questionnaire, then it'll go back to the Columbia Basin Trust. They'll sort of select the best entries and then send a list back to us, and then we'll make the final selection on who goes.
Okay, great.
So it's pretty exciting for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So tonight we got, what's happening here tonight?
Oh, tonight.
Big event.
Tonight we got the Scratch and Lose pool tournament is taking place tonight, which has been a year in the making. So we're all really excited about that. We got some just fantastic prizes. We got a trophy and the whole 9 yards. But yeah, the kids are pretty jacked for that, and yeah, I'm actually really excited about that myself, just to see how it all goes down.
Any good pool players in the crowd?
Oh, there's a couple.
There's a couple, eh?
There's 1 or 2 that are playing like Paul Newman and so forth. So yeah, it should be pretty exciting.
Okay, so we're here at the V-Crew Youth Center. We are officially opening the pool tournament. It's got some great prizes. And I just want to let you guys know we've got t-shirts for anybody who didn't get them through the Child and Youth Mental Health Group. The logo is "It's okay not to be okay." So it's important for all of us to remember that we all have mental health issues. Okay, all of us. So rack 'em and break 'em.
Please, please. Nope. Hey, Will.
So I mean, just in general, V-Crew is kind of, I mean, it's social, but it's also educational. It's teaching leadership skills. It's teaching the social elements of that, and it's really a place to go. Honestly, there's not much for youth that age. Right?
Well, and that's when I first came here. That's definitely was the the concern is that making a place that the kids could call their own and really have a hand in planning and running. So it's been it's been a long road, but here we are and we're still going, and it's still really exciting, and it's been really great just to the response of the parents and the community and all the businesses and everybody's been really super cool. The community's really got behind us.
So you got this opportunity now to speak to parents of kids who haven't come out yet for whatever reason. Maybe they're concerned about what goes on at a center. What would you tell the parents, and what would you tell kids who might be interested in coming out?
Well, I'd be saying, look, it's a really good opportunity for you to socialize with your peers, or even meet some kids that are perhaps outside of your peer group, and just mingle and interact with the youth of Valemount, as it were, and just a place for them to. Because a lot of parents are like, oh, I got like 72 kids are all hanging out in my basement, So it's good to have a place because they're like, out.
Right.
So to get out of the house and just chill, basically.
Right. And what would you say to parents who might be concerned because they've never been in here and they don't really know what's going on? How would you kind of allay their concerns?
Well, I mean, I guess I would tell them if their children, conduct themselves in an appropriate manner, then, and of course I'm here to sort of police things, as it were, and So you know, we keep the kids safe. You know, if they come out here, nobody's in danger or nobody's. Do you know nobody's?
Right, right. So I mean, you're always here. You're always
That's right.
supervising. Are they welcome to come by and see what's going on, the parents?
Always, always. In fact, we encourage that. It's nice to see when the parents come in. They're like, "Let me take a look around," and because more often than not, when they're here, they're like, "Do you need popcorn machine or something?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." Most of the things in here are all donated by the community. You know, like all this furniture and my foosball table and you know, that TV and the amp and everything has been donated by people in Valemount, which is fantastic. It's always so exciting because they show up and say, "Do you need this new amplifier?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do. Thank you."
Okay, Darren, so here's an opportunity for you. What's at the top of your wish list? If you could say, if anybody has one of these, we could sure use it down here. Free publicity.
Anybody got a school bus out there? No, I mean, honestly, in that way, anything that anybody wants to donate to the youth center is always fantastic and always most welcome.
Anything we haven't talked about you want to mention?
Well, I got a ski trip coming up probably in February or March. We want to get a group of kids out to Revelstoke and ski the mountain there, which we're really jacked about that because we got a really good connection out there. And we took them out there last year for the
coaster?
Yeah, the mountain coaster, and that was great. I mean, the resort, I was just like, holy cow, we're staying here. You know, like it was like really, really first rate. And even my chaperones and all that. Oh, that's another thing I'll mention. Is that for parents, you know, that are interested in the V Crew, finding out what we're all about. Anytime you want to come down here and ask some questions or volunteer your time, because I do need chaperones for out-of-town trips and so forth, then they're most welcome, always.
Great. Well, thanks for all the great work you're doing with the youth. It's nice to see them engaged and, you know, looking forward to going somewhere and doing something.
Oh, well, thank you, Gord, for coming down. It's always good to see you, brother.
You bet. Cheers.